Hello and welcome to Vanguard Games. I am VG Slim, and I am here to bring you a guide on how to beat Dishonored without ever killing anyone and never being detected. I will be playing on the hardest difficulty, which is very hard, but that is not a requirement for the achievements you will get in this run. Because this is a guide, I will try to streamline the missions down to the easiest routes, so I may not collect as many collectibles as I otherwise would, though you should feel free to explore in your own worlds. Now let's cut to the chase. This is the mission overview. It outlines what I will be doing and what objectives I will be completing on the mission ahead. Here we find ourselves wrongly imprisoned for murdering the Empress. Our goal is to escape. The key can be found below the bread inside of your cell. After retrieving your sword, it should be marked on your screen, you will see 3 guards. Go up behind the first guard and choke him out by holding control. Note that you can walk backwards while doing this, but once he is unconscious, carry him over to your cell. You can put him anywhere in your cell, as he will not be found.
Attention! The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary
After
wing
these
must be
guards
scheduled
complete
in
their
advance,
conversation,
with one
you
week's
can go up
notice.
behind them and pickpocket them for some extra money. But if you're not a risk taker, there's no reason to do this. There's a free health potion lying right about there. And note something important. You should not take out your weapons at all for this first mission. There's nothing you need to use. Another good idea to have in mind is that you don't need to choke out everyone. You can pickpocket them or just bypass them entirely. So here they heard the body fall, but they don't actually know I'm there, and they didn't hear it loud enough to actually come investigate. So things are still good.
Attention! Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned.
This is one of the guards you should choke out, because I found it very hard to get around him without doing it. No one will find him here because none of the guards path to bring him here. This is one of the areas where you could sprint because there is no one around to hear you. Once you're in here, there's a few coins lying around as well as some notes and an audiograph player to learn more about the lore. Inside of the safe, there is an explosive that you will need to break your way out of this prison. Now there's only around 3 more rooms that have guys. This one only has 2, and there's no reason to choke them out. It's best to just ignore them. Make sure to stop behind this cover and lean out to wait till their conversation is finished. Now that their conversation is finished, tail the right guy in the shadows, staying behind cover and to the back. Be careful not to overtake him. Once he turns around, you can sneak up the stairs to your right, and this will bring you to the control room.
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his head roll. Not everyone did. I really like the Empress.
Go to this first cover and wait for the conversation to finish. Once the guy in the back turns his head, you can go to the second cover and quickly look behind you. You need to be quick when you're climbing off these pipes, as they will hear you and turn around. But if you're quick enough, they won't see you. Follow this pipe all the way to the back of this room. where there should be a guy. He will walk across this pathway. There's a guy at the bottom, so you want to stay towards the back when crossing it. Go behind him and choke him out.
It is very important to choke these guys out, because when you explode the door, everyone still conscious will come running.
Now just simply drop down and choke out the second guy. When you're placing their bodies, be careful not to place them too close to the explosive, as that would kill them and ruin your no-kill run. Once the door explodes, crouch and move directly to your left, hugging the wall, and then walk off it and dive into the water. If you're done correctly, then the guards will not see you exiting. Once you climb out of the water, look at the guards. If they have their swords drawn or any lightning bolts above their heads, then you have failed. If they're simply standing idle, then you're okay. Now we've made it into the sewers.
Use some kind of explosive to blast his way out.
If I'm going through these notes too fast for you, you can simply pause the video to read them.
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Could be some.
There is a swarm of rats near these guards, and they will attack the guards when the guards open the door. You don't need to worry about them. This swarm of rats can be avoided by diving into the water immediately, then swimming straight. Food like this that you will find lying around will replenish your health. Other than that, there are no benefits to it, so if you're at full health, it's better to just ignore it. For this part, you need to pick up these corpses and throw them down onto the ground. The rats will then attack them. This will move them away from the lever, which you can turn to open this door.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody.
Note when climbing chains, if you're looking down, then you will climb downwards, so you need to hold the S key instead of W. Here we see tripwires for the first time. These can be triggered by walking into them, pressing F to activate them, or throwing a bottle into them as we see here. However, be careful not to get too close to where the explosion will hit. There's a good amount of coins behind that tripwire, so I suggest activating. Up here you'll find your equipment. This is what you will use for the rest of the game. Included in this are sleep darts. Sleep darts are the only ranged way of non-lethally taking down an enemy. Press and hold the middle mouse button to open that selection wheel. Then equip your sleep darts. Behind this safe, and behind the whiskey bottles, there is a number. This is the code to the safe. That is the note. that hints at where the code is.
He won't get past me, sir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Here there are 3 to 4 guards patrolling this area. Well, it is very hard to knock them all out and stay undetected. I found the easiest way to knock out none of them, except for the first guy. The first guy will start his path and look out into the river. You can simply choke him out there. Note, however, that you cannot take him into the river, as this will kill him. Dive into this water and swim underwater, through the center. Note if you hold shift whilst swimming, then you will sprint swim. This makes noise. As you can see, I nearly alerted a guard there. Luckily for me, he didn't look. After climbing out, Chase should not see you. Now you can sprint, as you are home free. There are no more enemies you will have to bypass.
The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily...
Here we see Samuel the boatman.
Over here. Quick! I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Thank you for tuning in to the Vanguard Games guide on how to get past the first mission of Coldridge Prison in Dishonored without ever killing anyone and never being detected. Cheers!